anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewind it back on Thursdays live. It's going to be on my live channel. And you can leave your comments or whatever you want to do. Support me or whatever. I would like that. But anyway, I'm going to show you what it took for me to get from where I began to where I am today. Now listen, you're going to see a lot of my hair not right, makeup not right, I said some words wrong, cameras falling, lights going out, wrong camera, bad quality. It's going to be some of everything, I'm telling you right now. But one YouTuber told me in May 2017, just start. That's it. Just start. So listen, I'm not going to take too much of your time. I want to rewind it back. This is my very first first 4 or 5 videos that I began with. I'm kind of proud of myself too because, you know, I did this all by myself. So you got to give me a pat on the back or something for something, you know. Anyway, let's go. You know, I did this all by myself. So you got to give me a pat on the back. Hi. Do you remember a while back, maybe a month or so ago, when I was telling you that I was coming with a behind the scenes? Let me go back a little bit more. You saw pictures of the Braden brand, the young ladies. Here it is right here. You saw pictures of videos that I provided to you, and you liked them, and other people in your timeline liked them. Well, I told you that I was going to come to you with some behind the scenes with Brandon the Bradens. Well, now I'm here. So what I need you to do now is just click the link below or above so that you will go to my channel and you can see what to expect next. Go ahead, click it. I know I've got to do a lot of editing this morning, but here's the thing. I've got to stop and get me something to eat. So let me do that, then I'll come back, and I'm going to share some more information with you that's very important for this particular show. Poster board. Here's the deal today. We are in a dilemma because I've been calling all around Houston trying to get a company to videotape us this week or in the next week, and everybody is busy. Everybody is busy for about the next 3 or 4 months. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to wait another 3 or 4 months. I want to go ahead and get this out of the way because I have a timeline. Remember in Shark Tank, without a timeline is just a dream? I don't want to be a dreamer. I want to reach my goals. So I started making phone calls, and I found an individual in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was like, Atlanta, Georgia? There's no one in San Antonio or Austin that you're affiliated with? I've got to come all the way to Atlanta to videotape. Oh, MG. So, got with the ladies. The lady said, the ATL? Oh, yeah, we'll go. It's hot Atlanta. Oh, yeah, we'll go videotape in Atlanta. I said, you all know we got to go in the next 2 days? Yeah, that's fine. We'll just fly. I say, no, we got a lot of equipment and stuff to take with us. So, Dominique and myself and Crystal decided that we're going to drive to Atlanta. There's 13 and a half hours. We're driving to Atlanta. And Crystal and, Tiffany and Jalecia and Lisa said, I'm not driving to Atlanta, I'm flying. We'll meet you all there. And I said, okay, fine. So, what we had to do was speed everything up, get ourselves ready. I had to go pack. Tiffany and Jalecia and Lisa said, I'm not driving to Atlanta, I'm flying. We'll meet you all there. And I said, okay, fine. So, what we had to do was speed everything up, get in the morning, 12:01. That's midnight. We got to be in Atlanta by 1, no later than 1:30, because remind you, Atlanta's traffic is horrific after 3 o'clock. So we've got to get to the hotel in Buckhead, Georgia, and then drive all the way back into Atlanta for 5 o'clock for the studio. Because we have the studio rented for 6 o'clock. Now, let's go back for a minute. I have 2 decisions I got to make. 2. This first one is videotaping in Atlanta. Having a production company to videotape in Atlanta. Okay, now we get to Atlanta, right? We're in Atlanta. We're on the 85 going north. We get to the studio. We have to find the studio, get to the studio, dress up, put our makeup on, you know, all of the above, hairstyles, all of that. And then we begin to start working in the confession room. Now that's where they have all the lights and they have everything set up and it's coming straight on you, and they're asking you question after question after question after question after question about this person, that person, what did you do when you did that, all of that. Remember, I'm showing you the behind the scenes, right? So I go in the confession room, I do my little duty, they ask me about an hour and a half worth of questions. I was like, okay, y'all gotta do somebody else? Y'all have to ask me all the questions? So then I leave out the confession room and I get dressed to go in the studio and start shooting the footage for the intro. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I finished my part. Okay, y'all gotta do somebody else? Y'all ask me all the questions. So then I leave out the confession room and I get dressed to go in the studio and start shooting the footage for the intro. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I finished my part. Took a long time because, you know, it took a long time for me because I had to limber up a little bit. Anyway, so Krista go in the confession room. She comes out in the whim. She goes out and she start, you know, in the studio. Until I receive a phone call and they're asking me, okay, now we have Crystal, we have Dominique coming up, okay, Jalecia just made it 30 minutes ago, so she's getting dressed to go in the confession room. So what time is Lisa and Tiffany getting here to the studio? Because the studio is only set from 6 to 9 o'clock. After that, yeah, late fees. Okay. So while Crystal's in the studio, get a phone call from Lisa, and I'm like, hey, are you all here? Because we're almost finished with our part, and we need to get you and Tiffany so we can go ahead and move on to the next set. You all got to do the confession room and the studios. And Lisa, girl, we are still in Atlanta, in Houston. And I'm like, what? Why are you all still in Houston? You're supposed to be in Atlanta. Okay, here's the thing. I'm the type person that when I do something and there comes a fork or something in the road that stops me or mess me up, guess what I do? I get to the end result real quick. I don't have time to talk about who did what, why they did it, when they did, and all that. We'll come back to that later. I need to get to the end result right now. So I get on the phone. They get on the phone from their end while Crystal's in the studio. All this happening at the same time. Dominique is in the confession room. They're in the studio doing their thing, confession room, just doing whatever they're doing. Okay, I'm on the phone trying to think, who can I call to with Delta Airlines to get them on a flight so that they can get here in a timely manner. Because we're talking about 3 hours here. 3 hours. We have an hour and a half left. Now, how do we get them here from 3 hours and we have an hour and a half left for the studio? Found an individual in Atlanta, Georgia, and I was like, Atlanta, Georgia? Get a phone call from Lisa, and I'm like, hey, we have an hour and a half left. Now, how do we get them here from 3 hours, and we have an hour and a half left for the studio? Okay, I put my thinking cap on, okay? All right, I start making phone calls. Ring, hey, I need to talk to you. I need a big favor. I need a big favor from you. Yes, I do. Okay, here's the dilemma. Okay, can you get them on a flight to get here within the next 3 hours? Can you get them on a flight? That's all I need to know right now. I don't need to explain anything right now. Yes! Okay, the names are Lisa Jordan, Cynthia Jordan, and Tiffany Braden. Okay, I'll give you a call back in about 10 minutes, all right? Now, mind you, Crystal's coming out of the studio. Where's Tiffany and Lisa? You don't want to know right now. You don't want to know right now. Just let me take care of this. What else do you have to do? Get Jaleesa ready and tell Dominique she needs to go out in the studio. That's all you. They're just finishing up Dominique. I mean Jaleesa. Dominique had just finished in the confession room and the studio because Dominique worked on America's Next Top Model, so she knew exactly what to do in front of cameras and stuff. They didn't have to tell her anything like they had to tell me. You know. So anyway, they have Jaleesa They got her set and ready and in the mood and ready to answer the questions and go into the studio. Finished, all of us, they was asking us, where's Lisa and Tiffany? And I'm sitting here like, okay, all right, they're en route on their way over here right now. And he pulled me to the side and said, now you do know that it's after 6 o'clock. And I said, I know, but just give me a little time, and you know, we'll take care of it. He said, now you know I know there's a late fee after 6 o'clock. Now mind you, it's 8 o'clock. Tiffany and Jaleesa running. We run them in, get them ready in the confession room, and their attitudes are so tired, and they're just rushing and what to wear and get the hair ready and what questions they're gonna ask. They have no idea what questions they're gonna be asked. So they go to the confession room separate, one by one. The other one go into the studio, and Tiffany come out, and she ready, she vibrant, she energized, she go out there, she do her thing, she like it. She don't even look like they had been off at the airport for 6 hours. Probably 9 hours. By this time it's 9 o'clock. I don't know what took Lisa so long in the confession room. But I tell you what, I got the end result. I got Lisa and them to the studio. So by the time we finished with Lisa them, and Lisa came to the confession room. Then they had to get all of us grouped together. Now, mind you, it was 6 of us. So they had to get all of us grouped together. Tiffany and Jaleesa, me and Crystal, Dominique, Lisa. And then they paired us up all over the place, one by one, together as a group. I mean, you can see it as I'm talking to you. And then they paired us up all over the place, one by one, together as a group. I mean, you can see it as I'm talking to you.
Create between the ladies to know, to give a feel of how they will run
And they had some crazy scenes where we was tired. It was about 12:30. It was 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning. And we had to finish up that. We was tired, acting crazy. And they had some crazy scenes where we was tired. It was about 12:30. It was 12:30 a.m. Saturday morning. And we had to finish up that. We was tired, acting crazy. But here's the thing. When we were acting crazy in the studio, we were so tired. We was acting so crazy. We decided that this was going to be it for the night. We're not going out to eat. We ordered some food in, and you know, it took us about 2.5 hours to get all of us grouped together to really make it work. So we got it. I got the end result. My second decision was getting them on the airplane to get there. Otherwise, I was not going to have them to come for us to go back to Atlanta, at Houston, go back to Atlanta, because the same people had to shoot again. That was still going to be 3 months down the line. So did we lose out? Yes, we lost out on the airline tickets, but we got the end result. Now, remember I told you I had a black and white sign? This black and white sign, okay. This black and white sign represents something none of us noticed, none of us paid attention to, but we realized one thing. I was talking to the producer saying, what are you going to do for the background, blah, 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 blah. We were looking at the footage, and a light bulb went off at one time with both of us, and we both said, OMG, do you see what I see? And I'm like, I think I do. All of you all, he said, did you all know you all was wearing black and white? We never talked. We never decided nothing about what we were going to wear. We just said bring 3 or 4 sets of clothes for Friday and 5 or 6 sets of clothes for Saturday. We never discussed, I'm going to wear black, you can wear white, I'm going to wear black and white. We already have the background because our black and white collage of colors came in perfect, worked perfect in the set. So now, I've told you all about the dilemma. This is the behind the scenes. Now let me show you the end result of the intro. Don't forget to comment down in the comment line at the bottom. Tell me what you think. If you like it, you don't like it. We should have changed colors. Did you like the persons that's in the video? Do you not like them? Did we not say something? Did we not do something right? What do you think? Because I'm getting ready to come to you with another video in about 2 days. But I want your comments. Like it and subscribe at the same time. All right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action. And there it is. I have many nieces and nephews.
do I look at you or do I look at the camera? Okay, okay, right here. I don't like that question. You said it. I did say it. I was trying to see. And you can be honest. I mean, we want you to be honest.
Have you ever been driving along, just driving and thinking, and a light bulb go off? I mean, it's like, wow, I think I might want to try that. I don't know. Then your mind starts to thinking, and well, how would I do it, and how would I set it up, and I've got this great idea. I met a guy at a major corporation I used to work with. I was affiliated with some years ago, and he said, one thing about people have a lot of ideas, but they don't act upon them. The power of an idea.
Hey you guys, I'm glad you all here. I'm actually right now in the process of planning a 30-year reunion. And I want it to be over the top.
And that's what I got. The power of an idea. This is what I'm doing. But here's the thing. The sisters on this show have an idea. And we're always working towards something. They are entrepreneurs. They want to take a product line. They want to make it work. But they got to understand the ins and outs of everything. They got to understand the PR, the marketing, the advertising, the product, the accounting, the bookkeeping, taxes, all of that to make it work for themselves. Otherwise, it'll fail. Okay. They came up with an idea. Great. Fantastic. Love it. But here's the thing. I asked them. Remember I asked them a while back? What I say I always ask them? What are you prepared to do? Before you even start, what are you prepared to do? And then what? Lisa had an idea. The idea is good. So, because they want to become entrepreneurs. Well, the first thing I had to do was ask these young ladies, well, let me ask you first. Which one of these young ladies do you think possess the qualities to become an entrepreneur? And then I asked them, who do you think would become the person, or who do you think would be the person to run the business in case I had to stop, or Lisa had to stop running the business?
The best person to take over the barbecue place would be me, duh. I would be the one who would step in and take over the business. And I would work directly with Lisa, and I would bring Dominique in as a consultant.
I would think that me and my sister together as a union could come together and keep the salon going together. I think that one couldn't have the business going without the other. I don't think me by myself, I could personally do it, and I don't think she do it. We kind of pretty much work together as a team. It's like she is the peanut butter and I'm the jelly.
I live my life every day in business by this. A great CEO of a major airline said, and he said, when you put your foot on the property, you need to know every 15 minutes of the day where you're going and what you're doing. That's the process. See, to me, success equals a clear direction, execution, every 15 minutes of the day, what it is you're doing and where you're going. The other thing is people, process, and products. And if you live your everyday and your clear direction with people, process, and product, you will become successful. Now, I asked the young ladies, why do you think you possess the qualities and the characteristics of running the business? And they said,
Fit into that marketing structure is I like to say this. My mother says, oh, I raised my daughter, to be a little conservative and she loves education. No, my mom groomed me for business.
If something was happening to Kathy, who would be the best person to take over Burns Barbecue? Hold on.
If anything was to happen to Kathy, the best person to take over the barbecue place would be me, duh. I don't know why. But I know I'll be a good fit. It'll work out.
I think the brand itself is, I am the mastermind. I come up with all the ideas with as far as selling hair, as far as coming out with the products and what the actual product should look like. That's who I am. I'm the brain. I'm the mastermind.
Business-wise, I know, therefore, I'll be able to stay in my own lane, being a hairstylist, because I'm really good at what I do. I'm really, really good at what I do.
Okay. Now, mind you, they're in the confession room. So they're confessing all of what they think and how they feel. Now, here's the thing in business. You're going to always fall down. That's what I tell them. Something's not going to happen the way you perfectly have your plans laid out. Crystal, she wanted to go to Colorado. She wanted to ski the slopes, snowboard the slopes. She didn't think. She thought it was going to be a perfect plan.
It's okay. You'll get it next time. She didn't even see me over here.
Well, she failed. She jumped out of a plane. Didn't land too correctly. Jalise says she jet skied and tried to flip in the jet ski. She jumped out of a plane. And she broke her finger. But what is the best quality all of them had? They all got back up and they started over again. It's the success of a business owner. Every day, there's going to be a change. And to me, if you're not going to change, then you might as well stop, get your 8-hour job, and let somebody else operate a business. So can these ladies make it? Of course they can. They've shown that they can make it. The question is, who is going to be the one that's going to win? Who's going to be the one that's going to run the business? So can these ladies make it? Of course they can. They've shown that they can make it. The question is, who is going to be the one that's going to win? Who's going to be the one that's going to run the business? Like, what makes you think I don't have to do this because I'm pretty?
I feel like I don't have to do as much because I'm pretty, because I have more advantages. When you're more presentable for the public, you have better advantages.
Can you believe that? We're at almost 500 in less than a month. Really 2 weeks. But you know what? I didn't do it by myself. I did it with you. And this 416 represents you. So now we got to move from 500 to 1,000 in the next 3 uploads. And I know I can do it. I need to run by you, and I really have an issue with this. Okay? This right here is a Diet Coke. My issue is I've got to stop drinking so many Diet Cokes. But here's the thing, they only cost $1. $1. So is there a problem with that? Yes, it is. So here's what I'm going to do. My issue is I've got to stop. Previously on Braden. Ask these young ladies, well, let me ask you first. Which one of these young ladies do you think possess the qualities to become an entrepreneur? And then I asked them, who do you think would become the person, or who do you think would be the person to run the business in case I had to stop, or at least had to stop running the business?
With the Braden women, one thing that it's known but is not necessarily talked about is we have a tendency to just focus on what is it that we have to do next. How are we going to keep the bottom from dropping out on us again? And it's not, I don't think that we have a set notion in our mind to say we're not even worried about relationships. Entrepreneurs, we build our own structure. And if there is a man that is, the universe has created just for us, something that looks a little bit like Idris Elba, that can just walk in and say, okay, I can complement your lifestyle with.
They're in the confession room of sharing what they think and how they feel. And this is how they feel. Is there any animosity between the girls on who they think, who will make it and who won't make it? Who will win the cut or the campaign to run the business? Yes, they do. Of course they do. That's gonna happen.
I think that some of the Braden women sacrifice the business versus their personal life. I mean, myself, I make both of them work. As far as Kathy, period, she's a workaholic. My sister, her life comes first. I mean, don't get me wrong, she loves working. She's one of the awesome young entrepreneurs, but at the end of the day, she still likes to go out. She still likes the limelight, and she loves to date.
They're siblings.
Tiffany talks about her relationship, and Tiffany talked to me about my relationship when I was getting ready to move in with my boyfriend, and now she's talking to Dominique about her relationship with her boyfriend. And to me, Tiffany needs to focus on the fact that all three of these relationships are very different. Nothing that happened with she and her ex has happened with me and my current boyfriend, Tavares, and nothing with Dominique and her daughter's father. It's just completely different scenarios. So I think that she has to take that into account, and a lot of that advice that she has is still kind of coming from a little bit of hurt, I feel. She really put her stock, just what we were talking about with Braden women, she put her stock in that. And once she came out of that relationship, that's when Tiffany started focusing on, okay, what do I need to do for me? Because now I have London I have to raise, and he might not be here. As he's showing, he's not being here. He's not being that big of a part of her life right now, so let me focus. And so when she's thinking about or giving her advice on relationships, whatever her advice is going to be, she has to look at the fact that these are just completely different situations. But in my situation, we are looking at building businesses together. So our business is more of a focus than our relationship. And Dominique's, we want to raise our daughter and wants to raise our daughter in a certain way, so that's their link. But each of these relationships are just succinctly different, and Tiffany's not focusing on that. She's just like, well, I'm telling you that my man did this and he didn't do that, and now look at me. And I'm like, okay, but that's not my story. Your book is over there. You're on one side of Barnes and Noble. I'm over here.
They always do.
Crystal is annoying because you know how you always have that one person that's picking on you, everything that you do, every move that you make, it has to be fixed. That's her. She has to fix it. She has to correct it. Oh, you're not doing it this way, or you're not doing it this way, because she has to do the work. So therefore, she's getting mad because she has to do the work, and I don't.
Honestly, I don't know why, but I know I'll be a good fit. It'll work out. I think maybe. Yeah.
Why wouldn't Tiffany be a good person to take over the business?
Now, Tiffany definitely would not be a good fit to take over the business. Honestly, there are no words. Tiffany, really? Tiffany? Come on now. Tiffany. Tiffany would definitely not be a good person to take over the business. I mean, really? Tiffany? Tiffany? When it's late all the time? Tiffany? Come on now. Tiffany? Yeah, no.
So can these ladies make it? Of course they can. They've shown that they can make it. The question is, who is going to be the one that's going to win? Who's going to be the one that's going to run the business? Let's see what these ladies have. Let's take this idea. Let's see if we can take this idea of what Lisa have, make it fabulous, over the top. But I think the first thing I'm going to share with Lisa is, let's have a pop-up party first before we go to this big, extravagant event. Let's see how well they do. But first, we have to choose one person to be over all the young ladies. And that's going to be a hard choice. Right here, okay? I am going to stop drinking Diet Cokes as of today until I reach the 10,000 mark up here. Is that going to be hard? Yes, it is. I might need you to do it with me. I might need you to decide what it is you need to give up and what's your challenge. This is my challenge. It's a hard challenge, but I'm going to win. I'm going to make it through. I don't know if it's going to be a week. I don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks. I don't know if it's going to be a month or 6 months. But what I'm going to do, I got to get out of it. I got to go to this meeting. But I'm going to drink water, high alkaline water, and maybe, just maybe, when this challenge is over, I will stick to the water and not the Diet Cokes. It's going to be hard, though. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. But I'm going to do it. So you comment down in the bottom below, right here. You comment down below, right here, and tell me what you're giving up. What's your challenge? I've given you mine. Game on. But I'm going to do it. So you comment down in the bottom below, right here. You comment down below, right here, and tell me what you're giving up.
So let's build on those brands. Now, if we can just get past all our personalities, and you pissed me off because you took my baby doll when I was a kid and flushed her head down the toilet, then we'd be fine. But, you know, we still got to massage that little part of our relationships because it's difficult working with family. I mean, as anybody knows, it's very difficult working. With the Braden women, one thing that it's known, but it's not necessarily talked about, is we have a tendency to just focus on what is it that we have to do next. How are we going to keep the bottom from dropping out on us again? And it's not, I don't think that we have a set notion in our mind to say we're not even worried about relationships. It's just that we don't find a man and then put 100% stock into that man and say, okay, let me forget about everything else I'm working on. What we really work to do is build our own.
Today, I'm trying to figure out who is the Braden brand. Who are we? What formulated us to become a Braden brand? To me, we have lots of products. Our ladies, young ladies, are very, very particular.
Brand is basically just empowerment of women all coming together with different creativities. And basically where I come in at with the brand itself is I am the mastermind. I come up with all the ideas with as far as selling hair, as far as coming out with the products and what the actual product should look like. That's who I am. I'm the brain. I'm the mastermind.
We're going to back it up and then we're going to go again. With the lighting. This area right here.
I don't feel that we need an event planner because I'm basically it. I'm here. I'm the mastermind. I can do it all myself. Out of this world. I'm the CN creative. I mean, we don't need to go out and hire anyone to come do anything, and I'm here to do it.
We want to bring products that you can relate to, that you would buy, that you use every single day, because that's what we do. We're going from apparel to activewear, concerning your weight programs. We're doing hair care products. We're doing food products, which is a savory, zangy flavor. Maybe just branding it with the barbecue sauce. I want to let you see who we are
have fun with us.
So I used to be, I'm sorry, not used to be. So I was a contestant on America's Next Top Model, Cycle 16, and it was a great opportunity. It happened, now it's done, and I tried to do the modeling thing in New York City. Not really the thing for me, so I let that go. And now the mommy thing is all about me. So yeah, I'm a mommy now, and that's all it's gonna be. So, how I fit within the entire Braden brand, barbecue place and the hair salon. My place would be, first off, that I grew up inside of both places all my life. My grandmother was one of the siblings to whom started the business, the barbecue business, and then my mom also does hair along with Lisa. And so I kind of just like grew up in both places. Either I was at the beauty shop, after school I was at the barbecue place. So I just kind of know both trades. I work at the barbecue place and I was cleaning up hair at the beauty shop. So
Make it very clear how we're going to get to the next level. Okay,
This is the Braden brand.
oh yeah, by the way, I'll show it to you. I have on a Braden brand t-shirt, but I'll show it to you in a second.
This is the Braden brand right here, right? Okay. Now, this is the marketing. This is the marketing plan. I'm just gonna say market. Okay. We're going to appearances. As radio, TV, magazines, commercials.
Now mind you, all of this is done within a timeline.
Commercials is up here.
Okay. What else?
Trade shows.
Okay, we have bloggers that's getting ready to start blogging. We have here marketing, we have a photo shoot. We have our product line, which we're talking about that during this show.
So we have our product line.
And that's all different types of products that everybody is working on. I want to give you a brief synopsis of who we are and where we're getting ready to go, what our vision is. And this is how our whole entire vision of where we're going to go, how we're going to get there. And as we go along, I will give you the timeline of how we're going to make this happen. Braden brand. And I'm going to show you our logo as well. Anyway, let's get back to the ladies who's confessing about who the Braden brands are and what they're doing in the studio, what they're doing for the video shoot, and all
I'm
that.
prepared. If it was thrown my way to do something responsible, I'll do it. But like I said, I don't have to. I've been around enough to know how things go and how things are not supposed to go. So if I was thrown and I was in the circle by myself and I was the only one there, I would know how to do it, but I don't have to. So I just relax and sit back and just let them take over. I'm excited about that, being 23.
You get a lot of pressure from them to be more serious about things?
They try to pressure me, but I don't let it get to me because I know I don't have to do as much because I always have them to do it for me. There's no point to take it so serious.
Are you lazy?
I'm not lazy. If they was to tell me to help out, I'll help out. But, I really don't have to if they'll do it for me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't really have to do as much.
Oh, you're too pretty to do work.
But I'm just one part of the Braden brand. You have Lisa, Crystal, Tiffany, Dominique, and Jalecia. You have dominant, you have manipulative, you have creative, you have spoiled but fashionable, and you have Lisa, who always wants you to listen at her. No, listen at what I'm saying. All the time. So what do? We stop and we listen at what she's saying. Every time we know she's going to do it. So everybody just stop and listen at what she's saying. But at the end of the day, guess what? We're still family. Yes, do we have sibling rivalry? Yes, we have sibling rivalry. There are some times that we don't get along. We get heated with each other. That's fine. That's building who we are. And that's okay. You can do it in your family too. You might be mad at your sister, your brother. I wouldn't suggest for you to be mad at your mom, or your dad. I wouldn't do it. But that's sibling rivalry. At the end of the day, guess what? You come together.
The Braden brand actually kind of came about when I was discussing a few years back when I was in college, just a few years back. And we started to think about the fact that everybody in our but our family has had some form of entrepreneurial venture. I used to have a nonprofit that I started. Tiffany now has a jewelry line. Jaleesa is doing a swimsuit line. Everyone has done something to some extent. And we were like, we really have a family of, people who are trying to brand themselves, but they don't know how to do that. Where I fit into that marketing structure is she was also teaching me how to do financial statements, account payable, accounts receivables, how to manage an office, what does it mean to stock warehouse, stock your warehouse, log it, how to go out and recruit. So she really groomed me from that preteen all the way up and through college to how to go from just an idea and watch it materialize into an actual business, and then watch it grow into a multi-million-dollar business. And I've gone through every single one of those steps, including a failed business, and that sucked. But I grew from it. So that's where I fit now. I mean, I think Lisa and her two daughters, Tiffany and Jaleesa, have like awesome ideas all the time. But what they don't have, to an extent, is the knowledge to really build on those ideas. And I do. And then the beautiful part about it is, so does Dominique. Dominique went to school and she's like, I know how to build a business. She hasn't done it to the extent that I have, but she's worked in that corporate field. So we're able to kind of pull all of ourselves together and say, let's build this huge brand. We know our barbecue and our sauce is hands down the best in Texas. And we know that Jaleesa and Tiffany and Lisa have like some of the best skills when it comes to hair and makeup. So let's build on those. In that corporate field. So we're able to kind of pull all of ourselves together and say,
if something was to happen to myself or Kathy, I think Crystal will be the next person to run Burns Barbecue because she's more business minded.
When it comes to hair and makeup. So let's build on those.
If something was to barbecue because she's